Hello, are you listening to me? Yep. Okay. So, good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to the session in which we will discuss the future of work. Okay. So, first, I would like to introduce myself. I am a very passionate psychologist, Brazilian. I'm speaking from Brazil now. I am currently HR analyst and talent acquisition at Zenvia Mobile. And what about us? Zenvia has a communication platform. We are the market leader in Latin America, and we provide solutions in SMS, WhatsApp, voice, and message application. So today, I would like to discuss with you. By the beginning of 2020, I believe that most of all, we had great business plans, personal plans, and then suddenly coronavirus hit us, right? So all of us personally and as employees, companies, policies, we had to quickly adapt. And more than ever, we must rely on flexibility, trust, and creativity towards to face this new reality. So we had to change companies, people, policies. And I would like to share with you what we have been doing at Zenvia. And one thing we know for sure, remote is the new normal. So remote workplace, recruitment, team building, training and development, people's connections, employee experience. So basically, we had to adapt our compensation package. So we have been working remotely since March, and we adapted the compensation package. We provided a specific subsistence allowance. We sent the offices chairs to all our employees' houses. We also have been thinking about emotional and physical health during these difficult times. So we have been providing live online yoga classes, anxiety trainings. We also have a live online welcome session. So all the newcomers have a team member nominated as a friend. So this friend is the one responsible for supporting all the newcomers during this new journey. We also have digital admission process and signature. We have now a specific group to discuss diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we have bi-weekly meetings to discuss about different topics regarding gender, race. It has been a very nice experience. Also, we are still training the future leaders, everything online, and so we have been sharing some technology as well. So we are supporting local companies and also the city hall. So we are donating technology. So this is the impact we are trying to make during this difficult time. I would like to say that by the end of the session, we will have a specific moment for Q&A. So you can write a few questions if you have some. Okay. Also regarding recruitment, we have been adapting the process. So we created a specific guideline for best practices of remote interviews. So we understand that when a full good recruitment experience is fundamental when we are trying to engage and enchant our candidates. So this guideline, all teams have been trained, and managers, team members, everybody who will be included in a recruitment process. And also we have developed live online technical assessments. So this is the way we have been dealing with this new reality. So the future is now. And what about us? How can we adapt ourselves? Well, as a recruiter, I must share with you that regardless location, so whether you are in Brazil, UK, Asia, US, um, you will be evaluated by your skills, no matter how purely technical your role is, because it's not only about a resume, but we are all people and we need to learn how to deal with each other, right? So since the beginning, by when we start with a phone screening or when we are already facing a behavior-based interview, we are checking these skills. Of course, it depends on the role, the importance of each. Not always all of them will be necessarily important, but it will be for most of positions, regardless country location. So first of all, about creativity, right? So it's about connecting the dots that in the first moment might seemingly look despair, and how to connect them. This is how it can be creative. And it's not only about working with arts, but it's about trying to think a little bit out of the box. Also, emotional intelligence. So, how can we shape our emotions to better face situations at home, at work? So, it doesn't matter, but it's about taking the best of it. So, how can we provide a proper feedback? How can we deal with problems? It all starts with our emotions. Also about complex problem solving. So when we have a problem, most of them they are multidimensional. So we need to consider all of these dimensions in order to get the best input, the best strategy. Also, judgment and decision making. uh, so when we are analyzing numbers, how can we make them valuable to the business we are connected? How can we transform numbers in a good strategy, in a good decision? So it will be important as well, this ability to analyze info and data as well. Also, cognitive flexibility. So it's about thinking about multiple concepts at the same time. So how can we consider social, political issues all at the same time? We need to think about all the impacts our decisions might have. Also, critical thinking. It's about how to weigh up the pros and cons of each decision. So when we have a problem, we are trying to find some solutions. Okay, for this solution, we might have plan A, B, C. What are the pros and cons of each? What might be the consequences of this decision? Also, people management is vital. Why? Because as leaders and even as colleagues, team members, it's important to learn how to deal with people, how we get to know them, their weaknesses, their strengths, how we motivate them. So it's important that we learn how to deal with others, and also it's related to emotional intelligence. So in the same way, I get to know myself, I learn how to deal with others better. So also coordinating with others. So we have to deal with a range of different personalities, introvert people, extrovert. How can we better shape ourselves to deal with them? It's also related to flexibility and also service orientation. So when we are developing technologies or other things, regardless the segment, we need to consider what will be the customer needs. We should try to anticipate their needs. So this is the way we can better develop a software or a project. This is the way our teams have been considering problems and projects here at Zambia. And also negotiations. So when we are dealing with our clients, managers, colleagues, it's all about interpersonal skills. So how can I share my point of view? How can I negotiate my needs? So I have a deadline. Am I able to deliver it in time? Should I try to renegotiate this deadline? So all of these skills are connected somehow, and they are already important nowadays when we are going through a selection process, when we are dealing with people at home. So these future skills that we already screening, they're already important for our personal relationships and mainly at work. So these are a few tips. I don't know if I was too. Did I go too fast? Um, I would like to know if you have questions. If you like to explore a little bit one of these skills, let me stop sharing my screen. Future offices. Well, we all future offices. What do you mean? You mean the way we connect with each other, or for example, our teams when they have their meetings, we try to motivate them to turn on their camera so they could interact better, and we are motivating them in the sense of how can we maintain our relations human, how can we stay close. So as a team, I'm working, I have colleagues from other cities or even from different countries. So how can we stay connected? And also another tip is that, for example, if you have 1 hour for a team meeting, try to schedule at least, try to book at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes to discuss about personal issues. So often when we have this online meetings, sometimes we have pets or kids during the meeting. So how can we, sometimes it's all about asking colleagues, how are you doing, how's everything at work, since now home, it's not that we are working from home, we are living from home, especially now. So how can we stay close to the ones we used to be so connected? So for example, here in Brazil, we are often having lunch with colleagues. We have coffee together. So we are trying to have online events, happy hours, so we can stay connected, and also sharing knowledge formally and informally during these events. So, and it has been working very well. So we are learning that people have different hobbies that we didn't even know before. So it's kind of funny because we have colleagues that work from different cities, and now we feel closer to each other than we used to feel before. So it's about adapting communication and also the way we write information. So it's completely different when you write something and when you are speaking through a video. So we are always trying to teach them a few things regarding communication, what's the proper tone, and how we can get the best of each other and have a cool environment, even though it's an online environment. Do you have other questions, comments you would like to share, doubts about recruitment? You're welcome, Katisha. No more questions? I'm here if you would like to discuss. So I don't know if maybe all of you are the public, if you are students or already working, the problems you are facing now with the coronavirus and working from home. Leaders must different skills to manage people. I think more than ever, leaders they are challenged to rethink their approach, because when we have a team, people, there are multiple, they have multiple personalities, and the more you can be flexible in this approach with them, the better you can get them motivated. So now we are working from home, remotely 100% of the time. So, how are people feeling about it? Some people might get anxious, depressed, and how can we guarantee that you as a leader, are properly supporting them? So, basically, it's important to have one on one meetings once a week or bi weekly. It depends on how big your team is, but maintaining this close approach to understand how each of your team member is dealing with this new reality. Maybe you would like to share something difficult for you to adapt, or how is it going for you? No comments. Okay. I don't know if maybe you would like to share. Are you working with technology? Um, Maybe we can share a little bit now. I cannot. Can you please maybe write in the private chat? I cannot see the questions. So Katrisa said that she didn't know that work from home could be so nice. Yeah, actually, it's the possible. We already had flexible hours at Zenvia, for example, but now we are working from home. Uh, we are experiencing more freedom to book our meetings. So whether you like to wake up earlier in the morning and maybe practice some sports. Maybe some people have more time now to spend with their family, to enjoy breakfast together. These are a few things we have been listening from our employees. So the good part of coronavirus is that probably most of people who have kids now, they can, during these months we have been working from home, they are experiencing the development of their kids way closer than they could be able to experience if they were working from the office. So this is a very special thing that we have been listening. So there are good things. There are many good things actually that we have been learning from this experience regarding communication, interpersonal skills, family, how we deal with them. It's all about flexibility and creativity again. I really would like to hear from you how you are facing this new reality and how do you feel about these future skills. Is it hard for you to adapt? Not that much. Anxiety. Yeah, this training regarding anxiety we have developed here. It was shared with our all employees and also the newcomers. They have been trained regarding best practices and food, about nutrition, physical health, mental health since their first day because we know it's a challenge. Cowbell, many leaders were used to the physical presence of their team. How can they avoid micromanagement with this move to a 100 remote environment? Okay, good question, Cowbell. Thank you. It's all about trust. So it's about delegating tasks, and you need to trust, and you need to build a good communication. So, okay, you have this specific task, you have a deadline, so I won't check upon you every day to ask whether you are doing it or not. So it's about trust, and it's about creating an environment of, you can trust me, you can tell me if there is any problem developing this task. So I won't be bothering you every day to ask how is it going. So micromanagement, it's really something that should be avoided at this time. But developing good communication and trust, uh, it's how you make people feel more comfortable to develop their tasks and even feel more motivated. 5 minutes left. Is there any specific concern, doubt, learning you would like to share? No questions pending. Okay. So I really would like to thank you for your time and for the interaction. I hope you enjoy the event.